Yo, my people, welcome to another upload to the channel where everything isn't everything, but everything is football. Yes, that's the Football Bias, the place where we talk all things about the beautiful game. And today is a special one because I got my brother, who's not my brother, but my brother from another mother. If you don't understand, rewind, and you can catch it. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's been a long time coming. Now, my brother, talk to me. How you doing, man?
Hey man, hey guys, good to be on the show. It's been a
Yes,
while,
sir.
man. I've been trying to get on.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm good. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, bro. You know, international break is about to end. So, hey, we,
Oh,
we
don't
live,
needed to
man.
have it needs to end.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the weekend, man. And I see you got
Yeah.
the shirt on there, LFC, never walk alone. So I think that's gonna be basically the crux of the chat, man. But just before we jump into it, man, I was just thinking about something like earlier during the day. Like when I started
Mm-hmm.
this channel, my intention wasn't to always like be around like the Premier League and all those things. But like even when you check news, football news, it's dominating. Ten Hag, Sancho, like the transfer window. You got the
Yeah.
Havertz. Like you got all these things, Brian. I just want to like get your opinion. Like, why do you think like we're so focused on the Premier League? There's people that are even doing more content on the Premier League, like us, stuff like that. So why do you think like it's so Premier League centric when we talk football?
I mean, it's one of the richest leagues in the
Yeah.
world. I mean, now there's the Saudi Pro League, but before that,
Yeah.
it's one of the richest leagues in the world in
Yeah.
terms of the investments that go in and all that stuff. So everybody wants to be
Mm-hmm.
centered around. Everybody wants to be connected to the Premier League because let's be honest, it's the greatest series for the past 30 years. You
Yeah.
understand? Since 31 years, like since '92. You understand? It's been the best series out there, and
Mm-hmm.
like it's got all the drama, it's got everything. Like,
Mm.
which other league that a manager can just come out and tell you that no, my player has mental issues without even getting the club's sign off
Mm.
in 10 hours. Then
True.
the player turns around and be like, nah, I train well, all that stuff. You
Mm.
understand? So it's got everything, man. It's the Premier
Yeah.
League is the standard at the end of the day.
It's the
But
standard. Yeah.
there's in the other leagues as well, man. There's so much going on there. I mean,
Mm.
look at in Spain and stuff like Rubiales. There's so much in football news, man.
Hey, Rubiales,
Like I
we
don't know
can
why do
chat
they do
about
that.
that. Like, why would you
You
just kiss
understand?
her like that? Like, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
why did he kiss her? Like I understand. Like it doesn't even make sense. Like
But like, now that you talk about
he
it,
was
like,
too excited.
I don't want us to talk about like that whole situation. But like, I'm just trying to understand, like,
Yeah,
why did it take so long for this to like gain this much traction? And also like even like the Han herself, like the player, she took a while to
yeah,
like actually like put out charges for this thing. So does that feed into like the misogyny? I know we're not talking about football, but does it feed into like the
yeah.
misogyny in football and like what's happening in the world? Or do you just think like some guys are just like some guys are just want what they want and they take what they want and don't think of the consequences?
It's power. It's
It's
power,
power,
my
yeah.
bro. I mean, look at it. Like it's the guy felt like he could do anything. I think
Yeah.
with the whole thing, even with them on the response side,
Mm.
as a woman, you feel like, okay, if I do speak out,
Yeah.
what are the consequences going to be? Am I going to be
Mm.
shunned out of the team? This guy's the
True, true,
president, bro.
true.
You
Yeah,
understand?
next thing
He's
she's
the
no more getting
president of
called
Spanish
up.
football. Like you understand?
Mm.
It took such a long time for them to even put him out. Like FIFA had to get involved. The Spanish FA also. You understand?
Yeah.
There's so much power there. I mean, look at even with, I mean, our own domestic league. It would take a miracle to get our president out. He even
Yeah.
stole money,
He
allegedly
taking money,
from
yeah. But
from
man,
our players. Like it's so difficult as a woman.
we'll talk about that like till we like go
Yeah,
blue in the
yeah.
face. But let's talk about the chat at hand, man. You know, and before jumping into like this season, I want to just take it back just a few weeks, you know, and Caicedo, right? I just wanted to take me back to that 24, 48 hours, 72 hours space when you made the bid and then it looked like Klopp spoke to him, looked like he was coming for all intents and purposes. You got the six you want, the six that will take you to another level. And then at the 10th hour, because they did this with me and Mudrik, they did this with us and Mudrik, same thing. So I just want to like take me back to like your psyche, just briefly. Like when you got that bombshell, like, yo, this guy chooses Chelsea, no Liverpool, it's done. Now everybody knows how much money you have. Everybody knows like the situation at hand. Like, take me back to your psyche as a fan going into the season, because I think it was like a week or two before even kicking off. So just take me back to like your psyche before the season kicked off. Like, what were you going through like as a Liverpool fan when all that stuff was happening?
I mean, it was hard to take. You see, when it happens, and I remember I was up that night. I was up till the AM, and I actually saw like the bid go in, and it's been accepted by Brighton, and I actually watched it in real time. And there was so much elation that we're getting this 100 million plus player, and you know, we're like, oh, our owners are finally ambitious. You know how Liverpool fans have such a complicated relationship with their owners, you know, with FSG, and it's just like it was like such an elative moment. But then 48 hours later, you just find out that it's not happening, and you're just like, how? You understand? And Liverpool have been a club that's always been astute when it comes to the transfer market. You know, we want our guy, we get our guy, and it's done. That's how it's been in the club era. You understand? And then for this thing to happen, it's like, did he actually speak to Klopp? Like, how do you even say no to the man? Like, nobody has said no to the guy. You understand? It's just like, it was just, we couldn't fathom it. Like, it was something that was, I couldn't take it. I even stayed off social media for a few hours, but it was something it was something that was just, it was not normal for a club like Liverpool to actually go through it. At the end of the day, we also thought that, you know, after the whole dust settled and we knew that actually he's chosen Chelsea. Speaking about the money, we all thought, okay, now we have the money. The owners have played their cards. You understand? Now we know that they have 110 million to spend. You understand? So let's go out and get the best guy, the best next guy, rather. You understand? So it was just, it was all about now hope, and then and then a few days after that, you go get Wataru Endo.
And you guys are trying to hype this guy. You're trying to hype this guy. He was in a relegation battle in Bundesliga, and we're not gonna let you guys hype this guy. He is not the level. We get
Wataru Endo, and then we get fed all this thing like, hey, he's a captain of Japan. He's, you know, he's experienced. And you know, then the clips come out, the comps come out. You're like, you try to be excited as a fan. You know how it is when your club buys a player, you want to try get excited and get behind it. But like, it's just like, okay, we get Endo. And then the mood around the fan base was, okay, no, actually, Endo isn't really the DM that we need. He's the Milner replacement. Because remember, we lost a lot of guys in the window. A lot of experience. Like, okay, maybe he's 30 years old. He's coming in to be like a Milner replacement. He can play a number of positions, DM, right back, centre back. Okay, that's good. You know, we've replaced Milner. So we're expecting, okay, you spend 30 million. There's still 70 odd million left. You're definitely going to go get a world-class defensive midfielder. But not our owners, bro. And we just had to take the decision as it goes, I guess. We'll see how this decision pans out from them not getting a starter defensive midfielder, because I don't see Endo as a starter. We still see him as a fan base as a Milner replacement, Henderson replacement, someone who can come on and do a job in the 80th, 70th minute. Yeah.
He's like the perfect Europa League player.
Exactly.
And it just makes sense.
In my mind. You know, so you understand, like, not high wages, doesn't cost much, it's not high maintenance. He's a leader. So like, okay, it makes sense, but we have to go do something else. Unfortunately, the club did not come to the party as we expected, in terms of how FSG have been running their business. It's a shock now to all of us that where is the rest of the money? Where is that 70 odd million now? Where is it going to be spent? Is it ever going to be spent? There's so many problems. Our stadium is not even done. You know, there was an extension. There was a whole expansion of the stand and of the Anfield Road stand, and it's not done. I mean, we're out of the international break, going into the fifth game or the fifth match week of the season, still the stadium is not done. And yeah, it's a cause for concern for us as Liverpool fans, but we've started well. You've seen we've started well in the 4 games that we played.
Yeah,
so I think that will cover all the cracks.
Let me not cut you, Ness, because you're segueing into my next chat. So for the sake of time, so 4 games in, 10 points on the board, unbeaten, and you dispatched highly rated teams like Newcastle, Villa. You know what I mean? Even drawing away at Chelsea, which is the first game of the season. Like it's Chelsea are Chelsea. Like we don't want to go into bashing Chelsea because we'll go on until forever. So it's a point where Stamford Bridge beating Newcastle, beating Villa, teams that people are like they're gonna challenge for the top 4 this season, and you I watched the Villa game. You made light work of Villa. Like I expect even on my betting slip, I put Aston Villa at least to draw. But like first like half hour in the game, I could just see that Villa are not here. Liverpool are going to wash them away. And then the one against Newcastle was even better. Darwin coming off the bench, those 2 late goals, playing against 10 men. When was Van Dijk sent off? I think 20 something minutes. So you played roughly, and the game ended at like 111 minutes or something. So meaning that you effectively played like 70 odd minutes with 10 men, right? Only to win it against 10 men. Well, you guys were 10 men, play against 11. And then only to win it at the death. So, I mean, it's been a very good start from you guys. So I just want to get your sense of the feeling. Like, did you expect this kind of start? And now that you're in this position, like, what are your thoughts like behind it? Like, are you satisfied with 10? Do you feel those 2 points you dropped at Chelsea were 2 points dropped, or is it 1 point gained? So, are you overall happy with what you're seeing from the squad with your points tally of the season?
Yeah, I mean, look at it this way. Let's start off with Chelsea. Chelsea, first game of the season. What they do. Is they start off slow. They allow us to actually get into the game, and remember we're away and we silence their crowd, and then we score, and it's like we allow them to start playing. You understand? And at the time we didn't have that defensive midfielder yet. Endo hadn't came in. Weren't really sure about it's Szoboszlai and McAllister's first game together. We're not really sure in terms of like how Gakpo's playing in midfield. You understand? So it was a good point. We view it as a good point. First game of the season against a top 6 rival, top 7 rival, rather. Let me say, and we get the points. We go home. You understand? And then from there on, honestly, even in the beginning of the season, I knew that what we had last season was a blip. Liverpool under Klopp has always been Liverpool. And so minimum is top 4. Last year was a blip in all of our eyes in terms of Liverpool fans. We knew that we're going to have a better season as long as we strengthen in the areas. I think with the whole midfield change, bringing in younger, dynamic midfield has really helped us a lot. I mean, you're starting to see the qualities of Szoboszlai. We saw it also in the second game against Bournemouth when we also went down 10 men. You understand? And then he had to now play CDM as well, and you understand we saw it against Newcastle as well, that there's so much resilience, and it's like the Liverpool of past seasons, without like that 1 or 2 things that we need to really challenge, but we know that top 4 is a minimum. You understand? It's really promising because at the end of the day, the quality is still there. The world-class players are still there. There's still your Van Dijk. There's still your Salahs. There's still your Alissons. There's still your Trents. You understand? Then you get guys that are really good, like your McAllister, like your Szoboszlai that are showing. There's guys like Luis Diaz, Jota, who's always reliable. You understand? There's so many good players. The team is good, and we always knew that. Last season was a blip. And obviously, guys, from our feeling, from a Liverpool perspective, you need to understand that we came off a season that we almost did the quadruple. You understand? And we didn't do it. Like we came back with 2 trophies out of 4, which is a good season, but we went for everything. You understand? And then we didn't strengthen in the summer. So obviously fatigue was going to creep in. And I feel 100%. Like it was just a fatigue from player to managers, everything. Everybody was just like have this hangover from that season. and we just couldn't deal with the pace of the Premier League in the last season. I think this season we had a good preseason. We've replaced well. Yes, I feel that we needed one more defensive midfielder and possibly a centre back, but we've replaced well enough. The guys are still good, so definitely the feel in the Liverpool space is that we're going to have a good, if not decent, season, a trophy. We're in Europa. We expect ourselves to win it, to go all the way in that competition. We expect ourselves to be in the top 3 of the Premier League. That is what we expect. We know that we might just fall short in terms of challenging proper Man City and Arsenal. I have to put them in a conversation, but we are there again. Everybody else, bar those two, for me, for us, really, as a fan base, we're not really troubled about. We rather say that.
I think I'd agree with like most of what you have to say, man. Like I'd agree with that, but I personally just feel like the fact that you didn't one that you really needed, right? I feel was a center back, and because number one, a center back that maybe Van Dijk can like take under his wing and grow, because he's still world class, still like very, very good, like one of the best in the league, but he's not the Van Dijk of old. And I feel like the only other defender who can match that level or come close to it is Konate. And then when you take those two out, and then now you look at your Gomez, Matip, who are very good players, but the drop-off, I feel, is kind of significant. And like the chats I had with you with Gomez is that Gomez will always be good, but he's always going to just Gomez the situation and just go missing. Like he's just always going to do it. And I just feel like when he does that, now you're depending on Matip. And Matip is easy to get at, like, in my opinion. I just feel that's just what I feel. And even with the whole not having a defensive 6
midfielder.
Yes, I think, but also at the same time,
midfielder,
but also at the same time, I feel like the way that you replaced the team, if Klopp can come up with a sort of system whereby McAllister is playing in the right position, Szoboszlai is playing in the right position, Trent is in the right position, then you may concede the odd 1 or 2 goals, but then you're going to win a game 4-2. You're going to win it 5-2, 5-1. That's what I personally see from Liverpool. But I just always feel like there's a goal there that they will concede.
There's a goal that we're going to concede.
Yeah.
Look, with the whole defensive shape and the strengthening that we should have done in the window, I agree we could have strengthened. With Van Dijk's situation, Van Dijk has actually started very well, bar that whole incident of the red card, the sending off. We've dissected it. Yes, it was a red card. He was the last man in terms of, I can accept that, but a red card can happen to any defender, any centre back. You understand? And I get that. You understand? So, but with Van Dijk, he started really well. If you look at all of the games, he's been, ever since he got the captaincy, he's been leading. He's actually started the season very well from our perspective. So we're not worried about Van Dijk at all. Konate, also very good. Just he's very injury prone, as we've seen right now. Gomez started very good, but we all know his capabilities in terms of he might be injured and whatnot. So I hear that point. But as you said, and I think I've told you about this earlier, was with Klopp, how he's now found a system. And as I said, if you can look at the Aston Villa game, we found a system where we can have Trent playing as a sort of like quarterback, where he's just dropping a bit deeper into that right centre-back role and pushing the right centre-back out into a right-back position. So he has a bit of time there. And if we do lose the ball, he's there. He's right there in defence. So I think we are finding tweaks to be able to allow ourselves to play in a very expansive manner. And I think that's what Liverpool's problem is. If Liverpool were just a 4-4-2 side, or just on average 4-3-3 side that would just have 4 defenders, with the talents of Van Dijk, with the talents of Konate, Gomez, and Matip, would be fine defensively. But of the way that we play offensively, we need them to have a high line. We need them to be a bit more expensive. We need them to be. We need to have maybe 3 guys at the back when everybody else is attacking, and that might lead us susceptible to the counter attack. And that's just a risk that we take as a team. So Liverpool fans are not concerned about that at all. You understand? So the key here is that we've got midfielders who can keep the ball. We've got your Trent Alexanders that can actually pass the ball. We've got your Salahs who can actually put away chances. You know, we're working on Nunes, and we say we're working on Nunes because it's a work in progress. You understand? Nunes. So we've got the guys that can be able to make us successful. We're not worried one bit. Can I be honest with you? We're not worried one bit about our fortune this season. We've started well, and unless we get hit by a ton of injuries, then obviously it could derail everybody except Man City. But that's where we are right now. Is very optimistic about our team. Definitely, 100%.
Right. Okay. Now I like that, because from the outside looking in, I think before preseason, I was like, man, I don't see what's cutting for Liverpool, because you had signed. I think before that you had only signed McAllister, like that was your only signing. I was like, man, like these guys have let go of so many guys. Hendo, Fabinho, Keita. Basically, your whole midfield was done. All of them were like, they were all gone. And then you only brought in McAllister. But then as preseason started going and like, you know, the game started rolling on, then you can actually see like, nah, man, like Liverpool don't actually need a lot. It's just here and there. But I think I've been satisfied with like what I'm seeing. And that's why I've had them like in my top 3 for the league, as same as you. But
you also have them as a top 3.
Just to move on for the sake of time. So as a Liverpool fan, right? So I did this previously with Tizo. So in all competitions, right? Premier League, Europa League, FA Cup, and Carabao, 4 competitions.
Yeah.
What are your predictions, and what do you constitute as a good season for Liverpool in all competitions? Let's start with
in terms of how we're going to do in all competitions.
Let's start with in terms of the Premier League. What is a good season for Liverpool? 3rd place, 2nd place?
I think we're going to be top 3, definitely.
Top 3, definitely. You're not taking anything less.
Yeah. I'm not going to take anything less. I don't think we will get it. As I said, I'm not troubled by anybody else, unless if we get a swarm of injuries. It should be comfortable top 3.
Okay. And then Europa League. What are you saying about Europa League?
Europa League, we expect to win it. I mean, we are the strongest team there, not to be, you know, cocky or anything like that. We are the strongest. Yes, there's still other Champions League teams to drop into it, but we've won the Champions League before. We've gone so far in the Champions League. The only team that really like gave us problems in the Champions League was Real Madrid, and that was in finals. So in European competition, it's Liverpool. We're going to be playing at Anfield. We have a heritage, it's football heritage. We know 100% what we can do in that in those competitions. Even in Klopp's first season, we went into a Europa League final with a squad that is not even remotely there anymore. You understand? Yeah. So with your Lovren and your Luis Albertos, you understand, your Benteke's, you understand, we went to the Europa League final. So with this team and this squad, I don't see anything that should stop us from going to the Europa League final and actually winning it. That's Europa. Definitely, I say we are shoe-ins for the Europa.
Okay, and then FA Cup.
Ooh, FA Cup is a tough one. You know how scheduling and everything like that. Hey, could chow you. Especially us playing on Thursday, Saturday, Thursday, Sunday. FA Cup, I don't see us winning it, but I definitely see us going for like quarterfinals. Definitely.
And then last one, Carabao.
Carabao, we said it. That's Pep's competition. I see Man City picking up that one, definitely. I feel that they're not going to have enough to push in the Champions League. I'm not saying that they won't win it. I mean, they've just won a treble. But I don't think that they're going to have that juice to go far in the Champions League. Not, you know, maybe quarterfinals as well. Probably let's just like lose a bit of steam. As I said, coming from a quadruple season, it does take a lot of you. As much as they have obviously refreshed their squad, I feel that they would be a shoe in there. For us, I don't think that we have quite enough to be fighting on all fronts like that, especially with the Thursday night football. So Carabao, definitely not us. I don't see us doing anything in the Carabao. We'll play our kids. And if I know Klopp, you'll pay like the kids, your Caicedos, your Elliots, your Joneses, your Ben Dokes, kids that are really coming up. I think they'll get an opportunity to shine in that composition.
Yeah, no, I think that would be that will constitute a good season if all your predictions are correct. Like top three, like you come, second or third place in the league. Second or third place
win the Europa.
League. You win the Europa. Let's say you get a FA Cup semi-final. You go to Wembley. Maybe you lose at penalties in the semi-final at Wembley. Then you maybe reach the quarterfinal of the Carabao. It's a good season. Slapdash back in the top 4. Next season, go again. Maybe FSG are like, yo, we're going for the jugular now. Now we want that 6 now. Now we want, maybe, who knows, maybe Tchouameni's been good, but you guys have been linked with Tchouameni. Maybe Tchouameni's down the pecking order at Madrid. Now they can just be like, yo, here's an 80 mil, Tchouameni, get him in now. Plus, you guys are like that. Probably buy him before the last game of next season, before the last game of this season, you're already announcing a new CDM. That's how you guys move. And I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. But so for the sake of time, because time is of the essence now, I think we're just left with under 10 minutes. I wanted to get your thoughts. I'm gonna put you on the spot. I want to do like a predictions league, like just between like the mates and people who contribute on this channel, whatever. So essentially what I'm thinking is we're gonna rank them. Maybe we'll say, give me your top 6 in the league, give me your top goal scorer, and maybe we'll throw in a wild card like flop of the season, you know what I mean? And then I'm gonna try and make up like a point system, so that if maybe in the top 6 teams you got 4 right teams, that means you got this amount of points. If you got the top goal scorer, you got this amount of points. And then at the end, I'm going to have all these things, I'm going to tally them up nicely so that we have them up. Because now that I said we're going to get our predictions in after the transfer window is closed. So now I'm going to just link up with all the niggas, get everybody's predictions in. Then at the end of the season, at the end of the season, depending on how many we are, so if maybe there's 6 people, so we'll all put like money in a kitty. We'll split it evenly. Then whoever wins that predictions league will all put money together, and then we'll split it evenly to buy that person like a jersey for the next football season. So I don't know if you're keen. That's one thing that I'd like to do, just to see who's the king of predictions. Because a lot of people like talk a lot of smack before the season begins, and then at the end, when we want to bring up the receipts, because we don't have receipts, niggas are like, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. So now I want to have it. I want to have it set in stone to say this is his predictions. We got them nice and early. Just leave it there, let it sit on the shelf, and then at the end we just bring it up. Have a nice point system. Maybe have a young chill braai session. What? Then we just tally it up. Then just buy a young jersey. Simple. Nothing too much about it. So let me just get it because time is moving. Top 6, my friend. I'd say give it to me in order. In order, please.
In order.
Yeah.
Ooh. Wait, let's have it. Number 1, City. I think they win it again.
Yep.
Number 2, I'm gonna have Liverpool.
Okay.
That's hope.
Okay.
Number 3, definitely Arsenal. I think it's gonna be tight between those two. And then number 4, I will have Manchester United in there. Number 5, I'm gonna put in Spurs.
Okay.
Number 6, I'm gonna put in Newcastle, and I think Chelsea loses out. That's my big call.
Okay, interesting. I like that. And then your prediction for Golden Boot winner.
Ooh, of course. I think
do you even need to
go to
ask?
Haaland, man. It has to go to Haaland. I think Salah's not the guy that he was 4 years ago. I mean, he's still a great player. I just now he gets more assists and goals. It's more balanced. Yeah.
So I think to make it a bit more interesting, we'll add another point. Who is the second top goal scorer since? Who do you think will get like the silver boot?
Golden boot this season.
Now Harry Kane. No Harry Kane.
Harry Kane is gone.
You understand?
No Harry Kane.
And Salah will always bang in goals. But now I think the position that he's playing, like he's more creative, and we're seeing more of it.
It's more creative now.
We saw beginning of it in last season, and then now we're just seeing it like get like, you know, taking it up a notch. So who do you think? Like, I think just simply, who's going to be your second?
I think Salah in the league will always get somewhere close to 20 goals, if not above it. Even in the creative role, I mean, he's been creating. I think he's so high up on the assists as well. He's going to be playing with creative guys behind him. I think he will get a lot of chances. If he does stay on penalty duty, then there's no reason for him not to be number 2 on there this season again.
So you're locking in Salah for the silver boots. And then transfer flop of the season. And I don't know.
Mason Mount, Money Mount.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how we're going to quantify being the flop of the season. So I think maybe we'll say, I think what I'll do is, right, I'd rather come up with maybe 5 or 6 like top transfers that we rate. And then out of those ones, you have to choose like the flop of the season. And then maybe we'll say the person who got the lowest amount of goals and assists combined will be the flop if it's a midfielder, if it's a defender. So I don't know how we'll talk about that one.
It's just, I think the most simplest thing would be with the whole situation. How much did Mount cost? That's how I'm viewing it. How much did Mount cost?
60, like late 50s,
60, 70, right?
Yeah.
60, 70. I feel that we need to just look at it that way. Your price versus your performance,
your output,
and
we'll judge it. We have eyes. We'll judge it the way we see it.
Yeah, of course we have eyes, bro.
So you like me? You say money Mount.
Money Mount is locked in, definitely number 7.
Now you like me. That was also my flop of the season. And then let's go with another one that I've just thought about now. You need to lock it in now. I know it's a weird one. Champions League winner. Who is your predictor to win the Champions League this season?
Champions League winner. I think Real Madrid are going to be there.
You need to lock one in, Papa. There's no I thinks.
I don't see City winning it. I'm going to lock one in now. I don't see City winning it. I don't see Bayern winning it. The Italians, no, couldn't be. Not PSG. I have to say Madrid. It's a safe one, but safe Madrid.
It's just safe with Madrid.
It's safe.
There's safety in numbers, man. I like that. So I think that's good. I think those are we have 4 rankings. So it's the top 6 in order: Golden Boots / Silver Boots winner, transfer flop of the season, and Champions League winner. So I think those are good enough for our little predictions league. And then let's see, man, who gets out on top of that. So but yeah, man, I've enjoyed chatting about this, man, because I'm not a Liverpool fan. To be honest, I despise Liverpool, but it's the one I least despise out of all of them. I'd say number 1 I despise is United, then it's Chelsea, then it's City. Like, I'm really despising City. And then it's Liverpool. So I've always had an affinity with Liverpool. I just don't like the fact. You guys think you walk on water. That's my problem with you guys.
We're the most successful club in England, buddy. That's why. We are the most successful club in England. We are the most successful English club in Europe. And that's the thing. We have the badges to prove it.
It's fine.
We went through a bad spell.
Yeah. I don't want to fight.
Went through a bad spell.
I don't want to fight.
No, I'm saying.
The numbers are there. Numbers don't lie.
You never walk alone, man.
Yeah.
Number 1, we're a big club. I feel like we do it so well, whatever in the budgets that you guys have. And I think that's what also makes us so cocky. And we can throw your nose up at you because we don't even have the budget like you people do. But then we still show up. And especially like with Klopp at the helm, as much as I feel that it's time for him, that's another chat for another day. In terms of managers and how they'll do this season. But Yeah, you'll let me know. I want to be on that one because I have very hot positions for that one.
Bro.
Yeah.
But I think it's just going to automatically cut us up with less than a minute left. So let me just say the goodbyes, man. Neo, thank you so much, man, for coming through. I really hope that this season you walk alone and you get nothing. But the ball is round, man. I'm just really interested. So you're gonna come on to this channel for a long time over the season. So for it doesn't cut us, man. Thank you so much, people. Like and subscribe. Want to include Neo's Twitter handle, my Twitter handle on the description. So follow us and keep it locked, man. Peace out, Neo. Thank you so much, my brother.
Thanks, guys.
Bless up.